Reason why most of you are single is because you're not single. Good morning everyone, I'm Trey with the First Date Fix, and today I'm going to be talking about why you are single. I'll never forget, it was the summer of 2015, I was newly single, and I was trying to understand the ropes a bit, and I was walking with an incredibly attractive woman in the park. To this day, I still do not know how I got that date. We were in line at the Kroger's at the time, and I was talking to the gentleman behind me because he was wondering if the kettle corn that I had within my basket tasted any good. Him and I were talking as I turned around and told him to have a good one. I turned to the right of me and there was this, she was so attractive. Her eyes were incredible. She was wearing these black leopard skin pants and she had this black top on. And I remember she was asking me where I was from, and I just remember thinking, Jesus. Literally, like, I was so enthralled by how incredibly attractive she was. And as we were talking, we ended the conversation and she was about to leave, and as the lady was getting my stuff, I said, wait, let me get your number, I'm taking you out. And she agreed, and when that happened, I was just like, whoa, man, like, oh, I don't even know your last name. But it was amazing, okay, I got her number. The first dates we had, we went to a park and we were getting to know each other. Open space, plenty of people, safe and adventurous. And as I was getting to know her, I was talking to her, and you know, I was a cliche back then, so I said, so why are you single? And essentially she had spoken about how, you know, she hasn't been in a relationship for 6 years. So I thought to myself, you've really been single for 6 years? She said, yeah. You know, me being me, I said to myself, okay, have you dated anyone in that time? And she goes, yeah, I dated a few people, but I haven't had any relationships. I'm like, and you were never single. Like, people seem to, I don't know whether this is semantics or perhaps the definition of single has changed, but people date a bunch of other people, or they date around for years, sometimes a decade, and then claim they've been single for a decade. But I'm not sure if that necessarily counts. And the reason why most of you are single is because you're not single, but you seem to have this misguided sense of singledom, thinking that unless you put a title of relationship on there, you're single. I mean, hell, I've known people who have dated someone for a year and a half plus, but in their minds, they're still single because they've never discussed the paradigm of being in a relationship with each other, but they say they're single. What? That doesn't even make any sense. Just think about what I'm saying to you, right? You literally have people who have been together for a year and a half plus who claim to be single, okay? One of the reasons why so many people are single right now is because deep down, they're not single and they don't even know it, which means they're never really going to be present in any dating interaction that they have. And that's unfortunate for the poor sap who's on the opposite side of that, because deep down in their heart, they're not truly single. Number two, one of the reasons why you're single is because you're having casual sex with someone. And it's okay because you've discussed with them that this is just casual, we're not in a relationship, and they've agreed that this is just casual and you're not in a relationship. But unfortunately, this means that your mind, even though it's casual and even though you're not in a relationship, your mind is still locked with them. You're not truly present if you even entertain the notion of dating someone else. You could be walking down the street, you could be at a bar, you could be at an event, you know, you could be in any given circumstance and someone could approach you. But because you're secretly hooking up with this person on the weekends or from day to day, even though they're a perfectly good person right in front of you, you might lightly entertain it. But if they say they don't like the right kind of movies or the right kind of music, or perhaps they don't like the right kind of hobbies, you write them off because they're not the one. When deep down, if you were not hooking up with option B or option A, you might have entertained that person and you might have had an amazing, successful relationship. So you're single because you keep entertaining these hookups or situationships when the right person has gone right by you and you've missed them. Because in the back of your mind, a small piece of you, even though it's just casual, is still with that person that you're hooking up with. You're single because you're having casual sex with multiple people. Let's say 2 to 3 people, a rotation or a hotation, if you will. And that's for men and women. This is why you're single, because you can't really entertain anyone for real because you're having sex with multiple people. Now, in your mind, you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm finding myself. I'm exploring myself. I'm being single. But what you don't understand is if you go a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a year with having sex with multiple people and a hotation, this is going to mess you up so psychologically that when you do have a good thing in front of you, you're not even going to know how to act. And they're not going to put up with you because you've been having your rotation for so long that you don't even know a real dating scenario. You don't even know what a potential relationship looks like, which means that year, those 6 months, even those couple of weeks, even hooking up with multiple people, you don't know how to act in a potential healthy monogamous dating scenario. So you might think right now, yeah, I'm having my fun, I'm doing my thing, I'm sleeping around, which is all fine, do your thing, right? But what you don't understand is that psychologically this is messing you up, meaning it's pushing you away from having something that actually feeds your soul. And you're almost going to have to unlearn everything that you've previously done in the past when you were having fun and you were hooking up. You still have hopes of an ex coming back. I get it, man. That person got you, okay? I've only been in love twice. And one of them, deep down, I kind of had hopes that she was going to hit me up one day and be like, Trey, I'm sorry I made that mistake. Will you take me back? And I'll be, yeah, baby, I'm going to take you back, right? It never happened. And unfortunately, there were a lot of opportunities that I really didn't give that much credence to because I still had feelings for that person who broke my heart. And I feel bad for those previous women, and I feel bad for how I behaved, to be quite honest. Get over your ex. They're not coming back. That's just the reality. And the reason why they're not coming back is because they're helping you come back. So both people are going to be saying, if you love someone, let them go. And if they come back, then you'll know. Well, she thinks that and you think that. Therefore, you're never going to get back with them. Give it up. Another reason why you're single is because you're clueless with what to do when you are presented with a potential relationship. Now let's take hooking up off the table. Let's say that, a year and a half ago, 6 months ago, even 3 months ago, someone did you wrong. You were crying about it for days and days on end. Your friends told you, yeah, get rid of that guy. He's a douchebag. He's a scumbag. You could do so much better. Blah, 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 blah. You essentially had your heart broken. So much so that you got with someone and the same thing happened. And then you got with another person and the same thing happened. In the space of a year, you had 3 good opportunities and they did you wrong. By golly, you did not deserve it, okay? But unfortunately, because you've been in so many hurtful situations, when you finally have an actual potential relationship with a person that treats you right and is a genuine good human being, you don't know what to do. You've had 3 previous scenarios where they've treated you like crap, they've treated you like trash, they've used and abused you. So when you actually have a person in front of you who's treating you well, who's saying things that you've always wanted and that are healthy, and this is the way someone should be treating you, and this is the way that a healthy interaction is, you don't know what to do with it. And you're single because you've had that a few times in between dealing with trash people and you've ignored them. And because it's so unreal, because you're so used to people treating you badly, when someone treats you right, it doesn't feel right to you. You don't feel like this is a natural relationship because you have no idea what a natural relationship is. You need to give these people who are treating you right an opportunity. Because if you keep going for people who break your heart because it's easier, then that's going to be your whole life. You're single because you have shitty friends. I know, it's hard to hear. But if you long for a relationship, if you long for some fantastic commitment, but you have friends that are always partying, that are always hooking up, that always have hotations, that are pretty much not stable human beings, this is why you're single. You are the top 5 people that you spend time with. And if you're spending time with people like that, when you could possibly be in a happy monogamous relationship, you think those people are going to be turning around saying, yeah, do you, sis? This is a great scenario for you. I'm so glad you have a healthy person that you could potentially be in a relationship with. Hell no. They're going to be telling you to come out, do your thing, party, woohoo, and partying's fine. Do your thing, indeed. But if you are seriously looking for something serious and you have friends that haven't looked for something serious years plus, they are holding you back. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to get rid of them, but stop taking advice from them. They are not helping. They want you to be single with them because misery loves company. I'll say it again and again. You believe that that gender is the enemy. You're never ever going to fall in love with a man. You're never going to fall in love with a woman if you generally believe their sex is the enemy. If you believe all men are scumbags who just want to hook up and the only thing they care about themselves because they're abusers and narcissists, I'm waiting for a man that changes my mind. You're never going to find that guy because you believe they're scum anyway. How could you possibly fall in love with someone that deep down you low-key hate? And men, you're not absolved from this either. You're just as bad. If you believe all women are gold-digging hoes who are sleeping with multiple men and you can't trust women these days, blah, 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 then that's going to be what you essentially fill up your dating pool with. Like, I'm really sorry. But there is a solution, and I like to pride myself on having solutions when I give these videos. There is a psychological phenomenon called Pygmalion effect. It's a phenomenon where high expectations lead into improved performance. What that means is that if you have high expectations of yourself, and if you have high expectations, positive high expectations for every dating interaction that you have, as opposed to negative expectations, then eventually you're going to find the person that you belong with. Essentially, high expectations lead to high performance and low expectations lead to low performance. So if you go on online dating thinking, it's trash, I'm probably not going to find anyone on there, guess what's going to happen? Do I need to write it out for you? And if you go on online dating with high expectations and you feel like I am going to get a high quality person, guess what's going to happen? You're going to find a high quality person. Or let's say if you go on a first date and you have high expectations that you are going to have a fantastic first day and it's going to work out, guess what's going to happen? It is going to be a great first date, a fantastic first date, and it is going to work out. This study put about 15 gentlemen in a room, and each gentleman had 15 dates that they were going to go on. And on those dates, essentially they said, hey, just so you know, she's really interested and she's really excited to see you. And guess what happened with those people in the room? They had great first dates. And then they had 15 men who had 15 first dates, and they said, hey, just so you know, she's kind of nervous. She's not really sure she's ready for this. And she just generally doesn't like dating. Guess what happened with those 15 men? The dates were crap, okay? The Pygmalion effect, look it up. Positive expectations. And be truly single. If you truly don't want to be single anymore, be truly single yourself. That means no hooking up. That means no casual sexual partners. That means, not entertaining multiple people on your phone. That means not allowing first trappers to slide in your DM and hit you up. That means no micro cheating if you are dating someone. If you truly want to be single, be single. And stop fooling yourself, hooking up or dating around for years or months on end and saying, yeah, I'm single. No, you're not. Be single. Pygmalion effect. Thank you so much. I honestly hope this video helped you. I do not want you to be single. Love is good. Come on, we're out here. Have a great Friday. Get drunk at a 6-foot distance, if you will, and I'll catch you next week.